Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. Aram Tolegian joined by Fred J. Robledo. Freddie, we have 2 games to talk about in the Tribune area going on this week. One on Thursday night, one on Friday night. The game on Thursday night, this is the Palomares League Championship. We didn't think we would be here.
No.
But this is what happened. South Hills has gone, 4-0 in league?
Yeah.
And now they're going to play Glendora for the league championship on Thursday night at Citrus College. This remarkable run by the South Hills team, man, it's kind of left me speechless. You know, you talked about it last Friday night on the show. The way they were losing these games in the non-league, you saw one of those games. To bounce back the way they did, I know they said they got healthier, they got some linemen back, they figured some things out, but boy, it seems like that's an awfully big jump to just be attributed to getting healthy. I don't know what it is. They caught lightning in a bottle or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, they won their season opening game against Covina, and those 4 losses right in between before the Palomares League started. I mean, 3 of them were just absolute blowouts where they got shut out. I think there was a running clock in 3 of those 4 games that they lost. I mean, weren't even competitive in the games. I watched them the one game against La Habra. Yeah, where I mean,
granted, they were good teams they're playing.
Yeah, but I mean, they you know, this might as well have been Workman playing La Habra that night. The way that South Hills was playing. So I was shocked when they got in the league. I didn't think there was any chance they were going to make the playoffs. I thought this league would be a lot stronger than it is. That's what that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because when you look at Glendora, Aram, not only they're 4-0. They've blown out their 4 opponents. It hasn't even been close. Those games have been over since halftime. So is South Hills beating 4 teams that are just, in a weak league this year? Is that why they're there? Is this
well, no. I mean, you brought up something good. Glendora has blown out those opponents, right? Yeah. And you know who's been the team to play those opponents? A lot of them the week after.
South Hills.
South Hills.
Yeah.
They've caught Ayala right after. They caught Bonita right after. And don't think that doesn't help.
And I thought Ayala and Bonita were going to be better than this over good Glendora games. They got blown out. I mean, it's just it's surprising. So South Hills
caught them at the right time.
And you got to say this about South Hills. When you go back and you look at the schedule, those 4 teams they lost to was a pretty good 4 teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you want to know who it is, La Habra, West Covina, Lucerna, and Damien.
Yeah, Lucerna. Damien, I guess, and West Covina are the 2 you're going to look at, but you put Damien and West Covina in this league. You know, West Covina is probably playing for the league championship against Glendora.
Right.
Damien would be playing for the league championship. So you really don't know in the Hacienda how good these other teams are. But the big question is, does South Hills have a chance on Thursday? Are they? What they done? Are they going to give Glendora a competitive game? And Glendora might be. We haven't been able to confirm this. They might not have Noah Holmes, an all-purpose threat. Yeah. There's a report that he broke his leg. We haven't been able to confirm that with Coach Jerry Llewellyn. If that's true, that sets them back a little bit, but it really doesn't matter because they have a guy named Matt Fink who nobody's been able to stop in this division. Right. And I don't see any way, shape, or form South Hills is going to be able to stop this.
That's where the conversation starts and ends, for me with this. It's going to take an upper division type team to slow down Matt Fink, and this, that isn't South Hills. Yeah. That's probably not any team in this division. Glendora is that good. They have a ton of size to go with him. Yeah. They do the right things. They're a very stingy defense. South Hills does have that, like I said, lightning in a bottle thing going for them. Yeah. However, sometimes we've seen, Fred, that when this bubble bursts, it bursts in a very spectacular way. And, things you can all of a sudden revert back to that week 3 team very quickly again.
Yeah.
So
I just think this is a matter of opponents, and you're going to see Glendora do to South Hills probably what they've done to the rest of the teams in the Hacienda. Right. This is kind of funny. Back, I think it was when Glendora played Ayala. That week leading up, we did our 2-minute drill, and I said the winner of this thing is the one who's going to win the Palomares, right? Yeah. So after that game, Courtney Ponce, our sideline reporter, was up to Coach Llewellyn. She says, "What do you think?" They were saying that the winner of this game, is going to win the Hacienda. He goes, "Well, I can guarantee you, whoever says that doesn't know football, doesn't know what the heck they're talking about." Well, I'm telling you right now, Coach, you're going to win the league championship like I predicted after that. This is going to be an easy win for you on Thursday. There you go.
Okay, we both agree.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is going to be an easy win, guaranteed.
All right, we both agree. Glendora in this game is the pick. Now, Freddie, let's switch to Friday night, where Bishop Amat They're going to conclude their regular season over at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You're going to be there. This is an interesting setup, Fred, because there's so many working parts for the Mission League and as far as its standings are concerned. But the best way we can put it to you people right now is that if Bishop Amat wins this game, it can be no worse than the number 3 team out of the Mission League in the Pac-5 playoffs. No worse than that.
No, if they win, no worse than second, because they.
I believe no worse than third.
No, you're right. There could be a 3-way tie for first. There could be coin flips. Yeah. Bottom line, you're right. Amat beats Notre Dame again. Now, worst case scenario.
Yeah, this is
for Bishop Amat is if they lose to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's out of the playoffs, so this is their senior night last game.
Right.
If Amat loses to Notre Dame, and Alamany beats Crespi. Is it Alamany that's beating Crespi?
Yeah, Alamany's playing Crespi and Sarah's playing Loyola.
Yeah, and Sarah beats Loyola, but Sarah would get in, and then you'd have Crespi, Alamany, and Bishop Amat in a 3-way tie for second, and then a coin flip would determine 2 spots. Whoever finishes fourth has got to wake up early on Sunday.
Would there be a coin flip in that case? Because
yes, because they a 3-way tie for second. They all
all beat each other.
Right.
Okay.
So the odd team out of that, the 4th place team, has to wake up early on Sunday and see if they got a coin flip. And I was going through the scenarios this morning because I put them on my blog. Let's say worst case scenario, Amat finishes 4th. They're 6-4. You're asking, do they get in? Is that enough? Me just looking at it really quick.
Yeah.
The Trinity League is going to get 1 team. That's it. The second at large.
Right.
I believe it's going to go to the Mission League. I think Amat gets in no matter what. There is one scenario with Westlake and Oaks Christian. I think that's the Marmonte League.
Right.
The Marmonte League. If Westlake wins and finishes second, there's no way the 3rd place team, because they only have 2 spots, is going to get in with a 5-5 record over a 6-4
Right.
Amat. If Oaks Christian upsets, what did I just say? Westlake. Worst case scenario for Amat is if that happens and Westlake finishes 3rd in that league as a tiebreakers with a 7-3 record, Westlake could possibly get that at large. If they lost the coin flips and finished 3rd, they could possibly get it over a Sarah team. But that's the unlikeliest of scenario. Bottom line, winning, get in.
Right.
And it's going to be a tough game, Aram. Notre Dame, they on the road is always tough for Amat. They're a very good team. They were, battling to the playoffs all the way through, last week. Except for Loyola. I'll say in the beginning of the year, I said every team in this league has a chance to beat everyone, and Loyola's had some close games. But you take out Loyola, the rest of the teams in the Sarah, they can all beat each other on any given Friday. And Amat's big question is, will they have Damian Garcia back? Because I think they're going to need him on Friday.
Okay, well, let me just back up to something first of all. Back to the playoff thing real quick. Just remember that this league, the people in it, they really resisted being a 7-team league just because of this scenario. If you were an 8-team league, you would get, with 2 divisions, you would get the first 2 finishers in each division, basically a total of 4 playoff spots guaranteed. Yeah. Now they're a 17 league. But I think CIF knows why they were so opposed to this kind of setup. Yeah. And I think that will actually weigh on them like, hey, you were a 17 league, you'll get 4. And I think that's exactly what will happen if that worst case scenario arises.
But you keep saying that like there's a committee and they sit like NCAA Sunday and decide. They use a playoff criteria scenario that basically if you have the most points, you get in regardless of whether you think one team is better than the other.
Right, but there's how do you put this? In order to come up with that criteria, in order to come up with the formula, there is personal opinion involved, meaning you have to rank what league is better than the other.
Yeah.
There is a matter of personal opinion.
The Mission's going to be the second best league.
Right.
There's no way
so
you'll get.
That's how West Covina got in over Crescenta Valley last year in
and when you look at
there's a human element, I guess.
And what also helps the Sarah League getting a team in is when you look at head-to-head strength of schedule. When you're forced to play this many tough teams, and also play the team from Texas, they're almost all but assuredly in. But you're going to have to wait. Bottom line is, on Sunday, on Friday, something crazy could happen. If Alamany beats Crespi and Bishop Amat wins the league title. They win the number. That's the best case scenario. That's what they're hoping for, is that Crespi loses and Amat wins. And if that's, they're in a good spot. Because you want to be the first place team in this league. You want the guaranteed home game, and you want to play a 3rd place team.
Right. You don't want to get any kind of Trinity versus Amat battle. with
Second
Carolina.
place from there on is tough.
Next thing Freddie brought up, quarterback Damian Garcia. They won't know until Thursday what his situation's going to be.
Think they're
He's
gonna
going
tell
to
us
take.
on
Well, no,
Tuesday?
he's going to have X-rays again. They're waiting up until that, but obviously he hasn't played any football since the Chaminade game. So you can basically bank on Ryder Ruiz starting this game. So that's something to keep in mind. But he does have this start against Loyola under his belt. I'm picking Amat in this game still. I like what I saw of Ryder Ruiz in the second half. He came alive. He figured things out. I know Notre Dame will be tougher. Notre Dame's a 6-3 team. Amat's a 6-3 team. I know Notre Dame will be tougher, but I still think Amat, if Ryder can do just what he needs to in the passing game, Torrey Sweet will do the rest.
Yeah.
Defense playing well.
Well, look, they scored,
they're more
They
dynamic.
scored 46 points with a slow start against Loyola last
Right.
week. This is still an offense that's dynamic enough to score points.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I'm betting on Amat's defense because I think Amat's defense is the best in the Mission League, and that's usually what decides championships.
Yeah.
I think, Notre Dame, you have a lot to play for, but their bubble burst last week. Emotionally, when you know you've got no shot at the playoffs, it's really hard to play the same type of game as a game when you're playing to get in. So I think that emotion.
Don't forget about special teams, the way Arcanado is returning kicks. I mean, what a weapon. I mean, he's giving them good field position, if not points, on his
All
punts,
Ryder Ruiz has to do
kickoffs.
really is manage
Manage
that
the
game,
game,
not
right,
make mistakes,
right.
not throw interceptions.
Right.
Give the ball to Sweet, make the easy passes to
Right.
receivers, game over.
Yeah, okay, so
I like
we both like Bishop Amat. We both like Glendora. These games are on Thursday and Friday night. Get out there, fans, enjoy them. They mean a lot for the upcoming playoffs. Thanks for watching.